Welcome back, everyone. This is the Homestead finale for NASCAR 2003 season. So we have 4 drivers that are in the championship. Denny Hamlin, Bill Elliott, Jimmie Johnson, and Mark Martin. Unfortunately, we did not make it to the championship race as our chances ended at Rockingham. You can see there's Bill Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Jimmie Johnson, and Mark Martin. So let's go through qualifying and see how they did. You can see here Bill Elliott and Mark Martin are right next to each other. Denny Hamlin is down there in 20th. That's not very good. And Jimmie Johnson, let's see where he is. He's going to be in 17th. So they're all spread throughout the field. Denny Hamlin's definitely got some work to do, though, and so does Jimmie Johnson. Let's speed through happy hour, and let's start the race.
Driver, start your engine! All good, we'll make the car
So we're on board here with Denny Hamlin. I'm going to be going through some different cameras. Obviously, since I'm not running the race myself because my championship chances are over, I'm going to commentate the race today. There's Bill Elliott. You can see the field going by there. Matt Kenseth coming down to the inside. I don't know if he has a problem. But we're going to start the race, and I'm going to do my job the best I can to commentate and see who comes out on top as the champion this season. So let's start the race. So much of the race we're going to be going through the championship 4 drivers, of course. You're going to see all the drivers on the track, but we're going to be going through mostly the championship 4 drivers and focusing on them. You can see for Homestead, you can go 3 wide here, and a lot of drivers will do that. So we're focused on Bill Elliott right now. Let's use the helicopter view so we can get more of a bird's eye view of what's going on. There are cars all over the racetrack. Oh, 4 wide, Bubba Wallace into the wall. So you can see there's action all over the track. All it takes is one hit, as you saw last week, and your championship chances can be over. Now Denny Hamlin's in the back. Oh, right beside Rusty Wallace. Here comes... What is he doing? Kenseth. Aren't you retired? Oh yeah, he's back for 1 season. I think he's going to retire again because he's not making anybody happy right now. And you don't want to make Tony Stewart mad. So here's Denny Hamlin. He's way back in 30th place right now. He's got a long way to go, but it is a long race. You'll see during this race as well, the screen will fade in or fade out and fade back in. That just means some parts of the race weren't that exciting. So I just skipped ahead. This video is a little bit longer just because I'm going to show the points and all that stuff. So it's not too much longer, but we need to show the points and set it up so everybody knows what's going on. So there's Jimmie Johnson back in 3rd place. He is just muscling ahead as he's used to doing, winning championships. Can Jimmie Johnson do on here what he's trying to do in the regular season this year is win a race? Can he get back to his winning ways and win number 8, at least in a digital form, on NASCAR 2003? Let's do some far chase, rear chase, so you can see what Jimmy's car looks like. Obviously, I've done some graphical mods to this. Updated some of the files so that the graphics look way better than what they do out of the box. Here's Bill Elliott going by Davey Allison. He is in 12th place right now. Denny Hamlin, he's back in 24th. He's got a long way to go. He's got a lot of work to do. And here's Mark the Kid Martin. Well, he's way back there too right now. He's in 29th. But again, it is a long race, so we'll see how it plays out. There's Jeff Gordon and Chase Elliott on the top. Try not to get into the wall. They're pretty much 3 wide, 2 wide, all around the racetrack. So there's racing going on all over the place. Back to the helicopter view so you can get more of a bird's eye view. Mark Martin down on the bottom below Davey Allison. It's up to 26, making his way. And the caution came out. I don't know what happened that brought the caution out. But you can see Jimmy Johnson's up front, leading the championship 4 at the moment. Here comes Kyle Busch to the pits. Let's ride on with Kyle Busch a little bit and see what's going on. See what he does in his pit stop. Alex Bowman looks like he got some damage there, so he might have backed it into the wall. Here's Kyle Busch. Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for pitting outside the box. Can't tell if that right rear tire's outside the box or not. Looks like Bowman definitely got some damage on his car. Comes Cale Yarborough out of the pits. He must be getting some damage fixed because he's still sitting there. I might have said Bubba Wallace earlier, but meant to say Richard Petty. I'm so used to seeing Bubba in the 43. There are actually 2 number 43s on the track today. Bubba Wallace and Richard Petty. So here we are back on board with Denny Hamlin. He's gained quite a few spots. He's up to 11th. Let's see where the other championship drivers are. Elliott's up to 6th. Mark Martin is 14th. And Jimmy Johnson still leading that championship pack in 3rd place. Let's restart the race here. Get the action going again. Cars are pretty bunched together right now, so everybody's going to try their best to get what they can get. You better get it right now. They are 3 wide with Dale Earnhardt in the middle. Mark Martin's making his move. He's going for a championship. Keselowski's getting left behind. He's hitting the wall. And there you can see Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin right behind him. So Denny's made up quite a few spots. There is Richard Petty. There's David Reagan on the high side. Looks like Bobby Allison going underneath him. There's Davey and Di Benedetto. Here's Bill Elliott up to 4th. So him and Jimmy Johnson showing some muscle, and Mark Martin right behind him. They're all clumping themselves up together. That's usually how it goes down. The championship 4 usually end up around each other. That's just how it tends to work out at Homestead. But Denny Hamlin's going the wrong way. He's went from 11th to 14th and looks like he's still falling back. And there's Bill running up front, trying to chase down Jimmy Johnson. Doesn't matter about points, doesn't matter about stage points now. It's whoever finishes in the front of the other 3. And there we can see Bill Elliott. Use a little cockpit view with him. See what he sees. He sees Jimmy Johnson up there. He sees that championship. Car looks pretty good going around the track there. Looks pretty stable. Let's see where Denny Hamlin is. He is in 24th. He has lost a ton of positions. So he's going to have to pull out a miracle or his championship chances are over. You just see his car it looks okay, but just doesn't look like he has the speed of the other championship contenders on the track as he tries to go by Rusty Wallace. There's a shout out for Junebug, Dale Jr. in the number 8 car. Dale Sr.'s racing Chase Elliott. Man, I would have liked to have seen some of that in real life. But we can only do it on the video game. But at least we can do it on here. There's Pace Car getting some time on the camera there. There's Jimmy Johnson up to 2nd place. Just being cool as ever. 7-time trying to become 8-time. Chasing Terry Labonte, the race lead. Jimmy's car looks pretty strong. Looks pretty stable. Running a 29.5 that lap. Skipping on down to another part of the race, we are on lap 33. Bill Elliott, still in 4th. Still trying to chase down Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy's not giving anything. Jimmy's car definitely looking stable. Looking really good. You can kind of see how far back it is to Mark Martin there and Bill Elliott. So quite a ways. And there's the leader with Jimmy Johnson behind him. Alright, pit stops are coming up. There's Denny Hamlin getting him some tires. He better get a real good set of tires or his day championship chances are over. You can see him changing all 4 tires, getting ready for the end of the race. About 27 laps to go here. There's Tim Richmond to the outside of him. There's Bill Elliott coming off pit road. Pit stops are going to make it interesting. Who's going to get out ahead of who? Mark Martin coming into the pits. Now, where is Jimmy Johnson? Jimmy's in the pits. Jimmy's making his pit stop now. Oh, his tires are on the left side, or on the right side of the line. I don't know if he's going to get a penalty for that. Who's going to come out ahead of who? This could determine the champion. Pit stops could determine the champion right now. There's Terry Labonte on the outside. He's going to hold Jimmy Johnson back a little bit. Is that going to give another car enough time to pass Jimmy? Because Jimmy's been leading the championship chasers pretty much all day. Jimmy's coming off pit road. Where is Bill Elliott? Here comes Bill Elliott. Is he going to pass Jimmy Johnson? There's Jimmy. There's Bill. Is he going to pass him to take the championship lead? And there's Bubba Wallace. Hey, Bubba. Oh, and oh my God, Bowman, get out of the way. Here comes Elliott. Elliott is right there. Could he pass Jimmy Johnson? You're seeing it right up close. Bill Elliott, if he can get underneath Jimmy Johnson, this might be the move for the championship. Here he goes. Elliott, he's going to pass him, and he's going to pass Kevin Harvick, who's not in the championship chase, but he passed him anyway. Elliott to the point of the championship chasers. Is Jimmy Johnson going to have the long run speed to chase him down with 24 laps to go? Now, Jimmy does have a long run speed car this race, so he probably does have enough to chase him down. We'll have to see what pit stop changes they made. And if they made the right pit stop changes, maybe it freed their car up a little bit, or maybe they tightened their car up a little bit because the run isn't going to be quite as long. Jimmy and Bill, it pretty much looks like it's going to come down to them two for the championship. Mark Martin's back in 8th. That's not going to get it done today. And Denny Hamlin's in 29th. That's not going to get it done at any time. So he's pretty much done. It's between Jimmy and Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott's got a pretty decent sized lead on Jimmy right now too. Who's gonna pull the championship out? Alright, you can see it with your own eyes. Jimmy has caught up to Bill Elliott. He's caught him. Jimmy's going to go for the lead. Jimmy's going for the lead. This could be for the championship right here with about 12 laps to go. 11 to go at the line. This could be the championship move for number 8. Jimmy's car looks really strong, but Bill Elliott doesn't seem to be backing down at all. Can he catch back up? And Terry Labonte's like, well, I might not win the championship, but I'm still leading the race. And you can see the gap right there. Jimmy goes high. Bill Elliott's going to go low. Elliott's going to pass him again. Elliott passed him back. Bill Elliott passes Jimmy Johnson back to take the championship lead. Not the race lead, but the championship lead, which is actually more important. He's going to go for the race lead. He's going to pass Texas Terry. And he gets it done. He passes Terry Labonte. And David Reagan's in front of all this. I hope he's watching out of the front of his car, not the rearview mirror. And Elliott goes high. It seems like that second group doesn't have quite as much grip as the bottom. And Jimmy Johnson's right there again. This is insane. Jimmy makes the pass. Jimmy passed him. The bottom line is where it's at today. You can just tell. Jimmy Johnson back to the point. He's looking from 7 time to go to 8 pack. And here you can see how far Jimmy Johnson is ahead with Terry Labonte in the middle. Is Terry going to hold him up? Or will Terry move over like the gentleman he is? It looks like he will. Terry moves over and gets out of his way. Is Terry going to stay out of his way? Let's look and see. Man, those graphics look good for a 16-year-old game. That looks pretty darn good, actually. Terry's going to heed the position to him because they're racing for a championship. We're back. There are 3 laps to go, 2 to go at the line. Terry's looking to pass him again. Can't get it done. Jimmy Johnson's got about a 15-car length lead. Jimmy appears to have smooth sailing. But Bill Elliott's not done yet. It's only 1 car between him and the championship. Oh, man, when you're that close. It's probably what Ryan Newman felt like. when he was one car length away from winning the championship and hadn't won a race all season. And that wasn't too long ago. We're going to come around for one lap to go to see if 7-time can become 8-time, or if Bill can become an even bigger legend. Here we go. We're coming down into turn 1. Bill Elliott sneaks in on him just a little bit. Eases in. You're going to have to get more than that if you want to take it from Jimmie Johnson. He's getting closer, but he's got half a lap to go. Jimmy's not going to give it up. It looks like Jimmie Johnson's going to come around to become 8-time champion. There it is. Jimmie Johnson takes the championship from Bill Elliott, Mark Martin, and Denny Hamlin. I don't have any confetti. You guys got any confetti? I couldn't find any. I'll throw a napkin. There. Hooray for Jimmie Johnson. He has won the championship. Elliott finishes right behind him. Mark Martin finishes in 8th. And Denny Hamlin couldn't get those parts fast enough. Finishes in 25th. Oh, better luck next year, Denny. Again. And obviously, in this game, Jimmy's not going to do burnouts or any of that because the game just doesn't do that. So first thing I'm going to do is accelerate to the end and export this file so that when I look up the points, you need to use the exported file to look up the final championship standings. But I want to show you one thing that's more than likely going to be pretty interesting. A lot of times people talk about the championship, and well, it was so much better back in the day when there was no playoffs. Wow, that's loud. When there was no playoffs, it was so much better back then. I want you to see how close it is comparing. This is back in the day where there were no... This is without the playoffs. This is just racing all the races. Jimmie Johnson, Bill Elliott, Mark Martin, and Denny Hamlin were all in the top 5. And I want to show you something when I export these standings and use the championship points. Now we're here in the championship standings using today's point system. You can see Jimmie Johnson, Bill Elliott, Mark Martin are all right there in the top of the point standings. So old system, new system, the best of the best still rise to the top. I do want to thank everybody as I went through this NASCAR 2003 season. It was a long season, but it was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody watching. I know some of the first races I did were over an hour long, but received some good feedback. Started cutting down the footage to make the races more 15 to 20 minutes. So thank you for the feedback. I'm not sure if I'll run this series again on my channel next season. Maybe if I make the playoffs, then I'll run the playoff races. But probably not every race. It doesn't seem to be the most popular just because it is a 16-year-old title and people have, it appears, a lot of people watching YouTube have moved past this particular title. But I know it is still very popular online, so I'll continue to play it, but just might not feature it on the channel as much. But thank you. We're going to continue our NASCAR Heat 4, and we'll see what comes down the line. So appreciate you, and have a good day.